Hello everyone. This is Anurag. I'll be your presenter today, and just to introduce myself, so I'm currently working as a VP in product management in Naukri FastForward. What Naukri FastForward is, Naukri FastForward offers certain paid services for Naukri job seekers who are registered on Naukri, and our aim is that we try to focus on expediting your job search. So basically, let's say if in a job search you take 4 to 5 months to find your next job, we help you reach there in lesser time. So that's what we focus on. And in this particular PPT, or in this particular webinar, I'll be talking about that how can you ace the hidden job market basically. So before we go into the details of hidden job market, let's first understand that how exactly job market works, or what exactly do I mean by job market. So this is an image of an iceberg which I found trending on social media as well, and this is a very good representation of how the job market is structured in our country. So the visible part, although the iceberg is 10%, but in this particular case, for the visible part, it's 30%, and then there is a 70% which is not visible to anyone. Now, what do I mean by visible job market? So visible job market is anything or any job that has been posted on any recruitment portal. Naukri is a recruitment portal. Any job which is listed on Naukri is is of a visible job market type. So anyone can go to that job. Anyone can apply on that job. Now that constitutes only 30% of the overall jobs which are available in the whole segment. Now the main thing comes from the hidden job market. And what is hidden job market? A hidden job market is something, a job which is not listed anywhere. It is through recruiter searches. It is through network of people. It is through referrals. And these kind of jobs will not be listed on any one particular platform. Unfortunately for you guys, 70% of the hiring happens through this. So not everyone is having an equal foot. Not everyone is getting an equal chance unless and until you are being smart about it. So let's first tackle the visible job market situation. So it seems fairly simple. It's not a tough situation to tackle. So there are a lot of jobs that are listed on the platform. You go to that particular job and you apply to that particular job, and you wait for a recruiter call or a hiring manager call to happen. Unfortunately, in most of the cases, that doesn't happen. And the reason is the following. First of all, identifying that job where you are actually where you are which is tailor cut for you, or basically a job where you can be a very suitable candidate. First of all, finding that job is very difficult because a recruitment portal like Naukri, we have 5 lakh jobs at any given point in time. So to identify the job that at this particular point is hot out of those 5 lakh jobs is a very tough job. Secondly, let's say you find that particular job and you apply to that particular job. The chances are not high that you will apply to that particular job among the first few candidates. So let's say if you have applied to a job which is 10 days late or 2 weeks late, half of the damage is already done because that job is already closed, even though it's there on the platform. But I don't think that it's going to help you. So think about this way. So put yourself in shoes of a recruiter, and basically think that you have listed a job. Now on that particular job, you open your mailbox one particular day, that what has happened to the job that I posted, and you see there are 1,000 applications on that particular job because the demand is so high. Now as a recruiter, what would you do? You're not going to go through the 1,000 job applications, and then you will be able to, and then you will identify the top 20 or top 10 candidates which you can forward to a hiring manager or an HR or a company HR. What you would do is you would select the first 50 applications or first 100 applications and identify whether you will get the first 10 or 20 candidates from those applications or not. If not, you will again go to the next 100. So the point is that if you're not applying to a job early, half of the battle has you have already lost half of the battle. So that is in other words, a job becomes stale. Now, the third thing is that even though many people apply to a job, it is very difficult for a recruiter to go through all the job applications one by one and identify that which job applications I open. So there are three problems in short, which we are discussing here. One is identifying the right job. Second is applying early. Third is getting recruiter attention. So we have actually two products which cater to this particular aspect and cater to this need of yours, which is jobs for you and priority applicant, in which what we'll do is in both of these things. So let me talk about jobs for you. So in jobs for you, we will have a Naukri job expert who will have a discussion with you. He will set your criteria that this is the kind of jobs you can expect, and these jobs will be the most relevant jobs because we have all the algorithms, all the AI ML fancy stuff, which which gives you jobs and gives you or recommends relevant jobs for you. The other thing that this product does is as soon as a job is posted on Naukri which matches your criteria, you get notified within 30 minutes. So when you're applying within 30 minutes, it's highly likely that you will be one of the early applicant to that particular job. Lastly, we will also highlight you in the recruiter's inbox as well. Your application will be shown as highlighted, which indicates to the recruiter that you are an active job seeker, and at this particular point you are not applying to job just for the sake of it, but you are actually an interested job seeker. So this is how you can go about the visible job market. Now comes the bigger problem. What is the hidden job market? So as I explained earlier, hidden job market is refers to the jobs that are not posted on recruitment portals or any of the company websites. So how exactly this works? So let's say let me explain this way. So you guys have a Naukri app. You download an app, and once you log in into the app, you will see jobs listed one after the other. This is one job, second job. You click on any one particular job, you get to know more details, more description that what the job is all about. In a similar way, a recruiter has a similar kind of a platform where he logs in and he sees candidates one after the other, and the candidates are listed in the same way as the jobs are listed. If a person is interested, if a recruiter is interested in any one particular candidate, he would click on that, and the relevant details of about the candidates, his profile, his CV, his past experience would be visible to the recruiter, and then he can choose to call him or not to call him. So this is how typically the hidden job market or the search or the recruiter search works on Naukri. So the first thing that is important here is to come into that recruiter search. So a recruiter would be searching for one particular candidate, and think about this way. So let's say if any of you guys are searching for anything on Google, you type certain relevant keywords that I am searching for. Let's say if you are searching for I don't know, maybe a blue shirt. So you go to Google, you type blue shirt between 500 to 1000, and you click enter, and then you'll see the list of different websites, list of different things that will come. Amazon will recommend something, Flipkart will represent something, Myntra will say that this is something. So and you see that the list goes on and on. Now the point is that most likely you will click on one of the links which are available on the first page with you. If not, if your search is very specific, you might go to the second page, you might go to the third page, but you are not going to click on the 10th page of Google and identify that, okay, is there a relevant blue shirt available for me on this particular page? Or in the same way a recruiter works. So he's not going to go on to the 100 or the 500 page to identify the candidates. It's mostly first 20 or first 50 pages, and a person actually identifies that this is the person who I want to talk to. So the bigger problem is that how would you appear into those recruiter searches so that at least you have an impression of the recruiter. Okay, this is a person who I can see. And the second thing is, if your profile is interesting, he'll give you a CV view, else he's not. So how do we solve this particular problem? So we have a product called Resume Display, in which what we do is we assign a profile expert with you, and that profile expert will work on your profile, and after working on your profile, we will send you the snapshot of the profile, that this is how your profile is going to be. Once you approve, we'll change the profile, and your profile will be live on Naukri. Now, how does this work is because we know what recruiter is searching on the platform, because we know what patterns are emerging on the background, we will be able to identify the right key skills, the right keywords, the right summary for you, which might land you from that 500th page to the 50th page. And once you are on that particular page, at least you will get a recruiter, your profile will get recruiter attention. Once your attention is there, then the second problem that recruiter faces is how to identify whether one particular candidate is serious or not, because recruiter also has a lot of candidates to search from. Any recruiter search is yields around crores of search results. So how to identify the right candidate? So most of the time what happens, or the problem that recruiter faces is, let's say he calls a candidate and the candidate does not pick up the phone, simply because he at that particular point in time, he is not that interested to go for a job, or he has found one particular job. So how to identify the active candidate is something that recruiter also is a problem that recruiter also faces. So what we have done in this particular case is we have a featured tag, which is which we assign to your particular profile. And once that featured tag, recruiter sees that featured tag, and he whenever he clicks on that or he hovers on that, he sees that this person is actively looking for a job search as of now, which indicates that if a recruiter gives you a call, his call will be answered, because it works both ways. Similarly, that you guys are looking for jobs, recruiters are also looking for candidates. So, and hence a combination of this of your enhanced profile, combination of your feature tag, gives you at least 3 times more recruiter actions, which includes profile views, contact by emails, different technical things that Naukri has. In short, your profile is now has more visibility, and a recruiter can reach out to you. Now, the second thing, the onus lies on you guys on this particular thing. So, like a recruiter is reaching out to you, you can also reach out to recruiters. So, Naukri has at any given point in time 5 lakh recruiters listed. Now, when you search on Naukri, there is a tab of recruiters. You click on recruiters, you will identify the recruiters who are active as of now. And then there is a send message button which is visible here. Now, what happens when you click on the send message? Your whatever message you are typing, we attach your profile, and that profile, and we also attach your CV, and we send it to the to the recruiter's personal inbox, that this candidate has shared his profile and this is his CV. If you want to have a word with him, you can have a word with him, and whenever recruiter replies back to that particular email, the email directly goes to you. Then a to and fro exchange can happen between you and the recruiter. The only thing, or the only catch here is, let's say if you are if you are contacting a recruiter who is not that active, or if you are actually contacting recruiter who is not from your domain, or not hiring candidates at that particular point in time, so you might not get a response there. But don't worry about it, because we refund your credit. And by the way, it's actually one message is equal to one credit. So to send one particular message to a recruiter, you need credits, and credit is something that we sell through Recruiter Connection. So our Recruiter Connection service can really help. The third aspect is referrals. So this is a product that we launched very recently, a job search booster. So, and our premise was that companies any day trust their internal employees more than any external party, more than any external candidate, more than any external recruiter. The reason is because the internal employees are working with you. You have established a trust on them, that okay, this person, and you know that if this person is endorsing a candidate, then he would be better. So what we have as of now, we have senior employees in top 2000 companies across India. And if you buy this particular product, then what happens? We connect you to one of these senior employees. You have a discussion with them. You get to pitch yourself. You get to pitch your profile to these people. And if they like you, they will refer you in their firm. So it's not an interview, but it's basically we are providing a platform for you to meet some of the internal employees which you otherwise would not have met. and then you can ask for a referral. Whether you get a referral or you don't get a referral solely depends upon the pitch that you have, or the interaction that you have had with the employee. All we are doing is providing you a platform. Now, so basically this part covers the two aspects of the whole presentation, which is the job market, which is the hidden job market, and the visible job market. Now let's come to the last aspect of it, which is CV. Now CV is actually very important in recruitment domain, and why? Because we all know that first impression matters. So how your CV is, whether any person is able to read anything, grasp anything out of it, is something that has to be very thoroughly thought. The things that you are typing in your CV should be readable, and your CV should be visually appealing. And the most important thing is that people should get a gist of it even when they are skimming through your CV. So think about a recruiter. He would be skimming through, I think, hundreds of CV every day, and he doesn't have time to read about everything. So he'll be looking for certain specific things, whether this person has worked on certain specific things or not. He would be looking for certain specific skills, whether that person has these skills or not, his education, his previous work ex, etc., etc. And if he sees that clearly available in your CV and your CV strikes out those things, then obviously it helps you, it helps you putting your foot forward there. So think about it. Let's say when you are reading a newspaper. So you read a newspaper. There are 16, 17 pages in a newspaper, but still you end up finishing a newspaper in 10 to 15 minutes, or let's say in half an hour at max, if you are reading it thoroughly. And so it's actually humanly not possible to read so many pages in 15 to 20 minutes. But yet, if someone asks you that what is the major news today, if there's anything that we should be concerned about, at least in today's world, or is anything that's good that's happening, you would be able to tell that this is what has happened. Now, the same way, think about someone reading your CV. Let's say if someone has spent only 10-15 seconds, if your CV is able to represent those things in 10-15 seconds, it really helps. And one good example is this particular example. Now, when you look at this particular CV, it's very one of the few things that strike clearly is the education. I see this thing. I see the soft skills that this particular person has, and the key skills that this person has, his name. And if at all I want to, if at all I want to shortlist this guy, it becomes very easily and very, it's quite readable to me. And I might want to have a word with him as compared to the guy on the left, because it's taking me an effort to understand what he has written. And even though when he has written, many of the things are not coming up. And so how are we solving this problem for you guys? We have actually roughly around 10 years of experience in CV writing. We have written lakhs and lakhs of CVs in the past 2-3 years. And one thing that happens here is, so let's say, so how the process works is, someone will contact you, a resume writer will contact you, and he will have a detailed discussion, a detailed telephonic discussion as to what you are, what you have done, your projects and everything. And since we assign the person of that particular domain to you, so let's say if you are from operations, we'll assign a person from operations. If you are from tech, we'll assign a person who has written CVs of tech. So we have different content writers who have expertise in different domains. So they will ask you the relevant questions, that what you have done this, where you have done this, and we'll make those statements like quite action oriented. So it will not be a vague statement like I was responsible for managing the revenue. So this statement doesn't give me anything, because half of the people in this country are responsible for managing the revenue. What was the revenue? How much was the revenue? What was the growth? What did you specifically did? So all these things will come out when the other person asks you a relevant question. And in this telephonic discussion, it's not one discussion that happens. There are multiple interactions that happens between you and the resume writer. We take pride in this because we have around 95% CSAT here. And once we give you a draft, you don't have to approve that particular draft. You can have any number of iterations, any number of to and fro with the recruiter, sorry, with the resume writer on this particular on your resume. So unless and until you say that, okay, I'm satisfied with this particular resume, we would continue working for you. So to summarize all these things, let me just recap or how the whole job market works and how the opportunities are. So the total opportunities are divided into two parts, which is a visible job market and the hidden job market. And where Fast Forward can help you is for visible job market, we have jobs for you, which I explained to you. And in the hidden job market, we have three products: resume display, which improves your search results, which helps recruiter which helps you get a CV view or a profile view because your rank is now higher. Then the other is a recruiter connection, which helps you connect to a recruiter directly. And the last one is job search booster, where you can actually ask for an employee or ask from an employee of any firm to give you a referral in that particular organization. Now, once you have recruiters' attention at this particular thing after this, so the next thing that comes is CV, because I'm guessing that at this particular point you have crossed the first barrier. And what a resume writing service do for you is that it makes your CV good, it makes your CV action oriented, it makes it readable and visually appealing. And in the whole thing, a combination of these products ultimately helps you or increase your chances of getting hired. So that's it from me, guys. Any questions, anything that you have, please shoot. You can use the chat icon on your screen to ask questions, or you can raise your hand anytime if you want.
Yeah, please feel free to use the Q&A box and Anurag will address any of the questions you have. So Anurag, one of the questions which has come up is that given the situation in the country with all the lockdowns, is it a good time to apply for jobs and how is the job market situation these days?
The job market situation has not impacted that much because of COVID. It was an year ago, and currently what we have experienced on our website is that people have adapted to the new way of work from home and environment. And we are seeing our search results, the the number of people who are visiting the site almost at the same levels as it was before COVID. And when I say before COVID, I'm talking about January or February of last year. So we have reached the same stage from that particular thing. So from a job market perspective, you can be assured that at this particular point in time, market is hot. There is no dearth of jobs in the market.
Thank you, Anurag, for that. Another question, Anurag, from the audience is regarding the pricing of these services. How long do these services last, and can they buy multiple services at once?
You can buy multiple services. We generally have a subscription of 3 month or 6 month. You can choose either one of them, and 3 months and 6 months are because that much time it will take when you are actually look or going through a process of job change. And there are various combinations that are possible. You can buy one service, you can buy the other service. So that's we have that flexibility. You can drop your query to fastforward.sales@naukri.com, and or we can also reach out to you. Currently there is a discount as well that's going on the website, which is around 20%, which will expire on 31st of May. So at this particular point, yeah, this is how the services are, and we have a special offer on value pack. Our sales team will reach out to you.
Okay. And Anurag, I think we have just time for one last question. Karthik is asking whether taking these services, Of course, it depends on the interview, but how much does it accelerate our job search process? Are there any numbers associated with any particular services, or how will it quantifiably help them?
So, Karthik, we cannot guarantee anything because it's job search. It's very person oriented. I, at this particular point, don't know what your profile is and and how and its chances of how recruiters will like it. What we give you, or we provide opportunity is basically that you would have all the opportunities which are in Naukri's realm available to you on priority. So you will get to know the jobs which are listed, which might be suitable for you. We will make sure that your profile is rich in content, so that it appears higher in rank or in search results. And we'll make sure that your CV has the right content and it is written in a very professional way. After that, it's we can't promise anything, because at the end of the day it's you, and it's between you and the recruiter. So if the recruiter likes your profile, if he likes your CV, then obviously he'll reach out to you.
Thank you so much for that, Anurag. I think we can close the session here. And to everyone, if you have further questions, you can visit resume.naukri.com and get in touch with us from there.